you describe yourself in the work that you do?
I would describe the work that I do as the founder and CEO of Stream Innovations as an opportunity to do something different every day. We have an opportunity to inspire what we call innovators, and these are the students that we support. And we create programming around science, technology, reading, engineering, arts, and math. And you can find us in school districts, in YMCAs, in foster homes, in communities, in libraries, rec centers, you name it. Where you find young innovators, that's what we want to be. And we want to be in a space where maybe they don't normally have exposure. And for some students in underrepresented and underserved communities, maybe there's no exposure there. Mm-hmm. And unless an organization like ours is able to provide opportunities for them, they may not identify the thing that they would love to do in their future. So my day with my team is, how do we inspire the next generation of innovators?
Nice. And you're obviously very well accomplished. You have a statue, all these things. But how did it feel when you saw that you were going to be honored in this way with your face on the side of the bus?
I had a range of emotions when I received a call about my face being on the bus. And it was a different response when I saw my face on the side of the bus. When I received the call, it was an honor. I didn't know who else was going to be on the bus, and I've seen some of the previous raps before, and just really dope, right? Then when seeing the bus and all of the amazing people that are on the bus, many of whom I know, but for someone to have made the decision to place me next to Willie Mays, who is also from Fairfield, that just meant, okay, so maybe I made it a little bit to be sitting next to Willie Mays. It's an awesome thing because it's something for the community. It's an amazing thing because even when someone made the decision to put the word catalyst next to my name, I thought, that's fitting. I can take that. Oftentimes you do work and you don't know who is recognizing the work that you're doing. So I felt it was an honor that whenever a decision was being made in a room with people, that someone said my name and it went forward for this to happen.
Nice. And you said that you are a Fairfield native, so you know that Birmingham is a place of history makers. Mm-hmm. Why do you think that it's important to celebrate Birmingham's Black history and its future?
I think it's very important to celebrate Birmingham's Black history, those that have made major strides in our city. Civil rights has its own platform, and it is not something that's over. It's something that we are continuing to do every day in our city, in our state, and in our world. Oftentimes, when you are doing the work, it is not being done in order to receive recognition. It's also not done, sometimes it's just hard work. There's no fancy thing about it. Oftentimes you're doing it on behalf of others. So for someone to recognize the work that you've done, for people to also say, we see that as well, and we also celebrate it, and we also think that either you're deserving or worthy of this accolade, it's important. It's also important because oftentimes you have many, many unsung heroes. And it's good for Birmingham to recognize its own, because many of my colleagues and friends that are here were recognized in other places, but you may not be recognized at home. The other part of that is for the future, it's important for young students, young adults, to see that there is greatness that comes from here, and that you don't have to be from some other state or some other country to do amazing things, and you don't have to wait until you're a certain age before you can do it. It's important for Birmingham to celebrate its own young and older, so that we also have a sense of pride of being from here. Sometimes some people may not have a sense of pride because you don't hear positive stories. And you wonder if living here, growing up here, working here, playing here, what's the significance of it? And you feel more connected to other people that are from here, that are doing great things. And it may even inspire you to want to do something great as well within your wheelhouse.
Nice. And what does the Birmingham of today look like to you?
The Birmingham of today is ever moving, as it always is. Politics, education, play, worship, different generations attempting to find their identity. But I will say, not just to Birmingham and in the area, poverty and oppression play a role in what people are able to do. There are some amazing dreamers in the city. What opportunities come to them to be able to do that is not as prevalent as I would prefer. I think Birmingham definitely has a lot of possibility for the future, but we also have to be aware of the changes that are happening, not just in our city and state, but in our world. And if we aren't making strides to be a part of that change, and what I would prefer to be a part of changing it, the creators of it, the innovators in that space, the change makers in that space, then we'll be known for old things. We won't be known for new things. And that requires all of us being okay with being a little bit of uncomfortable with learning something new.
Totally makes sense.
Learning something new, and also doing it in a way that you're not the only person doing it. You're making a name for yourself, but it is not just so that you have recognition alone. It is also so that the people in your community, the people that you grew up with, the thing and the gift that they have is also needed with the thing that you're doing. And sometimes we don't always recognize that it's not a solo effort. There is abundance in our world, and we don't have to live as if there's scarcity.
And you spoke earlier about unsung heroes in Birmingham's past. I wanted to know from you, obviously we hear a lot about the foot soldiers and people like that, but what aspects of Birmingham's Black history or even people do you think could deserve a little bit more recognition?
There are some amazing women that are engineers, that are doctors, that are lawyers, that are judges, that you don't know that they're from here. When I had the amazing opportunity to be an If Then ambassador, where if you see a woman in STEM, then she can change the world, it was a mantra that it's important to be seen in doing the thing that you love. And I think what would be beautiful in Birmingham is if we had something very similar where people are seen and doing the thing that they love, contributing to the betterment and empowerment of the city. And for students to understand that they can do that too, that they can make our city better, just as those that are doing the things that they didn't know were happening in the city. The change makers, you know some of the faces. You have no idea all the people that are making the city what it is. And having the opportunity for people to see some of the different faces, because Birmingham is a big, small city. Either you went to church together, you're with someone, worked with your mom or dad in the same company or hospital, you went to school together. There's so many points of connectivity here that there are people that are rooting for you and you don't even know
it. And obviously, Stream Innovations is a part of, making the city better. Mm-hmm. What do you think that Max Transit can do to help make Birmingham better?
Mm-hmm. I've been committed to Stream to make the Birmingham area, Jefferson County, and our state better. And one challenge that I have seen over the years is transportation with students. Transportation is essential in any city. And your ability to have access to things outside of your physical address, where your home is, as well as your school or even your job. How long it takes you to get there matters. So I know transportation is difficult with many cities that are spread out, much like Birmingham with 99 different neighborhoods. And there are some communities that have more accessibility in transportation than others. I think it would be important to review how difficult is it for some of the populations in the city to gain access to what everyone in the city should have access to. Does it take them 30 minutes or does it take them 2 hours? If it takes them 2 hours, there should potentially be some other considerations made. I think another amazing way that Max could have a bigger and deeper imprint and impact is connecting to the different colleges and universities that are here. Many of the students there would like to work. They would love to have additional opportunities, but everyone doesn't come to campus with a car. So having the accessibility to go to some major locations in the city via public transportation, they're just looking for an opportunity. So whether it's Sanford, whether it's Lawson, Miles, UAB, or even Jeff State, there are students that are there that are looking to make a difference in their lives and in the city. And transportation, having accessible transportation, can make a big impact in how they're able to do it.
And what does Birmingham need more of, in your opinion?
Good. No, I'm joking. Don't use that word. Birmingham could use a bit more hope. And I don't think it's solely a Birmingham problem. Right now, it's a struggle in our country and in our state. And having, from my perspective, when you have children that have no hope, then we are in trouble. And their hope comes from a place that is really genuine. And they think outside of the box without even knowing that there's a box. And from children's marches to wherever we're going to go in the future with innovation and technology, you have to have people that are hopeful for what is to come. I think there are places and companies and individuals that use it as a mantra to be able to create the next best thing. I don't think it is inclusive of a majority of people in our city. So seeing a few do it is awesome and you want to cheer for them. But when it doesn't feel like it's attainable to you and you are also in close proximity to those things happening, it doesn't feel real. And my hope is that in Birmingham, we have an opportunity to see the person to our left and our right of us as someone that either we can do business with from a business perspective, small business, or someone that we can hire, or someone that we can believe in. And with violence and poverty and people looking for how they can make an impact, I think we're actively wanting to do something. We're not quite sure what it is. And I hope that we're on the cusp of determining what that is so that it benefits everyone.
Well, I'm going to be honest. You dropped a lot of jewels on us today.
Birmingham has more icons.